Now we are going to solve practice questions of chapter number 13. This is question number 1. This is a conversion graph from kilometer to miles per hour and vice versa. The graph shows the relationship between speeds in miles per hour and kilometer per hour. Use the graph to estimate the speed in kilometer per hour of a car traveling at 65 miles per hour. So we need to see where this 65 is. Here would be 70 in between 60 and 80. Then for 65, we need first of all need to see how much would be the scale. How much is the scale given to us? So along y-axis, we can see that 80 minus 60, that is 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 20 is being divided into 5 small squares. So each small square is of 4 miles per hour along the y-axis. And what about the x-axis? Same goes for the x-axis. 20, 20, 20. Each uh, division is of 20. And in between, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 small squares. So along x-axis also, one small box would be representing 4 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now, to find out uh, for 65 miles per hour, the equivalent speed in kilometer per hour, we need to see it would be somewhere here above 64 and then a bit of it. So if you see, it comes here, and now you need to trace it down so that you get this one. So this is the answer. So we can say that it would be equal to 104 kilometer per hours. This is equal to 104 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now for part B, we need a speed in miles per hour given the speed of the train is 110 kilometer per hour. So for 110, this would be 104. This would be 108. And then in between 108 and 112, here is 110. So if you just trace it along the y-axis, this is somewhere over here. So this could be seen to give us this was 64, this was 68, and above that around 69, 70, you can say it like 69 miles per hour or equivalently 70 miles per hour. This is more appropriate, 69 miles per hour. So this is how we see the conversion graphs. Given a value on the y-axis, you need to trace it to the line, and then you need to see the value on the x-axis. And vice versa, given a value on the x-axis, you need to trace it to the given curve, and then you need to see its corresponding value on the y-axis. So this is how these conversion graphs questions are to be done. So after this, we proceed to the next question. Question number 2. The time card records a worker's start time and finish times and the length of their lunch break each day for a week. In part A, we need to calculate the hours worked for each day. Okay. We need to calculate the working hours for each day. Okay. You first of all need to see its time in on Monday is 8:15 and time out is 5:25. So 5 plus 12, that is 17:25 in the evening, and 8:15 was there in the morning. So solving them up by subtraction, this is 9 hours 10 minutes. And since there was a lunch break of 45 minutes, so we need to subtract this 45 minutes time from this 9 hours and 10 minutes stay at the workplace. So solving it out, we cannot subtract 45 minutes from 10 minutes. So we need to have a carry of from 9 hours. We are left with 8 hours when we are going to give 1 hour as a carry to this 10 minutes. So now we are having uh, 60 plus 10 minutes. That is 70 minutes, and then 45 minutes are going to be subtracted from here. This will give us 25, and then 8 in the hours would be the same. So the total hours worked being at the workplace with a break of lunch for 45 minutes, the answer is 8 hours and 25 minutes. Okay, exactly on the same pattern, we need to calculate it for Tuesday. The starting time in was 8:17 and the time out was 5:30. So since this is in the PM, so you need to add 12 into it. That would give you 17:30. And now we need to subtract this from this. Now we can easily subtract 17 minutes from 30 minutes. This will give me, and then 9 hours and 13 minutes with a break of 30 minutes. So we need to subtract 30 minutes more from this working hour. For now, this thing, again, we cannot subtract 30 minutes from 13 minutes. So for that reason, we need to give a carry to this 1 hour. So now we are having 8 in the hours column, and in the minutes column, we are having 60 for 1 hour and 13 minutes of the previous. That is 73 minutes. And now we can easily subtract 30 minutes from this. So this is the final answer, 843. The total hours worked at the workplace, excluding the lunch time of 30 minutes, is 843. 8 hours and 43 minutes. Okay. And the same pattern for Wednesday, the time out is 5:50. So I need to add 12 into it. So that will give me 17:50. And then I need to subtract 8:23, the starting time. From this, we can now subtract 23 from 50. That is 27, 927. And since the lunch break was for 45 minutes, we can subtract 45 minutes from this. So when we are subtracting 45 minutes, again, I need to have a 1 hour carry to this. So this will give me 87 minutes, and 8 hour is already there. Now I can subtract 45 minutes from this, which will give me 842. So he worked 8 hours and 42 minutes on Wednesday. Exactly continuing on the same pattern, we can calculate it for the remaining 2 days. Let me do it for Thursday. Time out is 6 p.m. So 12 plus 6, that is 18. And the time in was 8:22. 8:22. When we are doing it, we need to see that we have to give 1 hour carry over here, which will give us 70 minutes, and then 22 minutes from here. 48 minutes, and over here this is 8 being subtracted from 17, that is 9. Now there was a break of 60 minutes. So we can subtract 60 minutes, or that 60 minutes is actually 1 hour. So what I can do is that I can subtract 1 complete hour from here. That will give me 8 hours and 48 minutes. So the answer is 8 hours and 48 minutes. Okay, then for Friday, finally, we can do it 7 plus 12, 19. And I need to subtract 758 from here. exactly on the same pattern. Here would be 18 and I need to give one carry that gives 70 minutes and I need to subtract 58 from it. This is 12 minutes and then uh, from 18 I need to subtract 7 which will give me 11. 11 hours and 12 minutes and there was a break of 45 minutes for lunch. So I need to subtract another 45 minutes from here. For that reason as well, this would be 10 and I need to give 1 hour carry that will give me 60 minutes. So these would add to give us 72 minutes and this 45 is the same. So I can subtract them from this. And 10 hours for this. So this is like this. Okay. So after this is the next question. Part B. Calculate the total hours worked for the week. Total hours worked for the week. For this, we need to have a sum of all these values for the time. Part B is total time is 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, and 10 hours. So this is 8 4 times 32 plus 10. This one, that is 42 hours. And now let's look at the minutes. 25 minutes plus 43 minutes plus 42 minutes plus 48 minutes. Plus 27 minutes. We need to add all these minutes. So the answer is going to be 25 plus 43 plus 42 plus 48 and then 27. 185 minutes. And this 185 minutes, obviously we have got, if you divide it by 60, or 60 times 2 is 120, and then or this is 180 plus 5 minutes. For this 180, dividing them by 60 to convert it in hours, these are actually 3 hours plus 5 minutes. So completely the answer is 42 hours, then 3 hours, which is 45 hours, and then 5 minutes. So this is the time he worked for, excluding the time spent on lunch throughout the week. Now we proceed to part C. Calculate the total hours worked for the week. We are done with this part B. And then part C. This person earns $8.95 per hour. Calculate how much they earned in this week. So earning for this week is 8.95 times 45 hours and plus 5 minutes. So 5 minutes time, let me divide it by 60 so that I can have this time converted into hours. 5 minutes have been converted to hours as well. So this complete time is in hours now. This rate was already uh dollars 8.95 per hour. So we can cancel out this hour. So when you will multiply this quantity with 8.95, we are going to have an answer for the earning of the whole week. That would be in dollars. So 5 divided by 60 is 0.08. You need to add 45 to that. 45.08 times 8.95, which is actually dollars 403.49, or we can round it off to 403.50 dollars. So this is the earning for the week. Okay. Then for part D, the employer has to deduct 12% tax from the earnings. How much will he uh, be paid after deductions?